We're down by the lakeside. We've got a few hours to kill and we need to catch some food. So, target species today, some tilapia. We came down here yesterday and exactly the same place, I'll show you in a second. We caught about 10 good sized tilapia and about 7 or 8 walking catfish. We also caught some small tilapia as well, which although we don't eat and you think, well, you've got to throw it back, it's just nice to know that that the fish are breeding in here. Well, certainly the tilapia are. So hopefully we'll catch a few more. I've just thrown a little bit of ground bait in, and there's a few fish coming up. I'll just show you where we've chosen. I'm sure you'll agree, Mr. Crabtree would be very pleased with choosing a swim like here. To the left over there, you can just see the house. And then behind us, behind those trees there, we've got the duck and the geese pond. So there's fish starting to come up all over the place here. So what we're going to do, the far bank there, I'll throw a ground bait swim feeder, and then just over the edge here, there's a sloping edge to the lake, and Toon just fishes on the edge of the grass here and just drops it down. It's about 4 or 5 foot deep, and it normally takes about half an hour to get them going, but once the tilapia move in, that's it, you get a whole shoal of them and you can catch them quite quickly. So it's just another nice one come up out there. So hopefully we won't catch too many catfish today. We put most of them back yesterday bar one, because it was a huge one, so that ended up in the pan. But of course Toon doesn't eat catfish or any fish without scales, so yeah, let's hope we can get some scaly tilapia. Right, let's get going. I know some of you budding anglers that watch the channel like the old technical part of the videos for fishing, so I'm just going to show you this ingenious setup. So we've got a stick and almost piano wire line leading to a little float, just a shot to stop it sliding down the line too much, and then a swivel, so that's probably about 15-pound line there, leading down to 8-pound line with a couple of little shot, and then a nice size hook. Although a lot of the fish are small, there are some big ones in here, and Toon lost a snakehead that was touching a kg the other day. It just leapt clear of the water. So you don't want to be hooking one of those and losing them on a regular occurrence. So we've stepped up bigger hooks. Even on the swim feeders we've got bigger hooks than this. And today's bait is probably the best universal bait an angler can have, which is worm. I actually let Toon dig some worms up near the quail cage. Good soil there. Always damp as well, so she's obviously chopped that one up when she was digging them out because she doesn't touch them. So we'll just pop that in, and then oh, there's a big one come up just there. This could be all action straight away. Pretty similar setup on this one. This one has got a slightly smaller hook. There's Mrs. Crabtree over there, just trying to get the goats a little bit closer so we can keep an eye on them while we're fishing. Ah, she's going to eat my ground bait. That will do. Right. Throw it where the monsters be.
Oh, gone.
Ooh, nice one. Just where I'm going to throw it. So we're putting really big hooks and worms on, try and deter the small ones, because they're quite greedy tilapia and they can get hooked quite deep, and you fish over depth, so they've got time to swallow it. Oh, that's another big one there. Ooh, come to Auntie too.
1-1.
1-1.
I've got one.
Ah. He's just landed one of our hybrids. So that's half Benin, half Tab Tim. So half your common silver tilapia
Fucking hell.
and half your ruby tilapia. Oh dear, someone got splashed in the eyeball.
You might.
Toon doesn't touch worms, so luckily for her, the worm shot up the line, so she can look at herself. Can just hold it. Very spiky, very tasty. Grey bit along the top of the fin. Beautiful fish. You could put the cover over that quicker if you want. Good fishing, Mrs. Crabtree. Sometimes you can say thank you.
Look at that face.
Get on it.
Come on.
Bit of them. Oh, got bite straight away. Oh, gone. Oh. Tell me that, missus. Trying to get dinner, remember? This time. Oh, you're getting bites on both floats now. Oh. Bait by out. Toon started to feel sorry for her husband because I've been putting the worms on for her, but we did get another wasp nest this morning, but they're from a smaller family of wasp. What they called, Toon?
Ben.
Dan what?
Ben hang ma.
Dang hang ma. Small Dan. How many put on one hook? 2?
4.
4 on one hook.
Still not full.
Problem is they're quite a soft bait, and with the fish biting a lot, you have to be pretty quick on the draw. Yeah, well the snakeheads will have wasp grub and worms, so we haven't stocked any snakehead in here, so we were surprised when Toon hooked it. But it didn't half make a jump when it jumped clear of the water right next to her.
Fucking giant.
Nearly landed on your knee, didn't it?
Yeah.
If it's not a KG, I'm not interested in getting a bite.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were getting so many bites close in, I just ended up dropping these 2 swim feeders off the edge of the slope there. Here we go. Go on, yeah. They're a bit smaller than yesterday, aren't they? Big ones will probably turn up in a bit. There's a first. Toon doing catch and release. Unfortunately, we've left the disgorger at the house, so it's either finger down the throat. Toon's alright because she's got skinny fingers. We're getting stabbed by the spikes. Whoa! Pretty fish, but they're very spiky.
That's what I said then, but by that.
That was our first tilapia on wasp egg. Oh, I'll get it for you, love. Oh, that's good. Oh. With the camera in one hand, he lands a beast with the other. Look how fat that is.
Welcome, Eddie.
Yeah, you're going to be up against it, Eddie, when you come here for Thailand versus England versus America fishing match.
You should say you caught one.
And you got to collect your own wasp bug for your bait.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, let's get this in it. No catch, no eat. Perfect. Well, we have noticed the difference between the tilapia out of here and the pond. The fish are a lot deeper, a lot fatter. So they're obviously eating very, very well. We haven't fed them at all. That's 100% wild food. And we just caught a tiny hybrid fish, which is more proof that they've been breeding in here. Fortunately, the GoPro started to turn itself off. I think it's overheating. It is quite a warm day today, although it's not bright sun. I just pulled the battery out and popped it back in and let it cool down a bit, and we'll see if that does the trick. Still waiting for our first bite on the swim feeder rods. If we don't get anything soon, we'll drop them in really close because we get so many bites on the poles. I'm sure it's to do with us fishing here yesterday and throwing quite a lot of ground bait in. Even if there's no food left in the water, there's still a lot of smell. Bite again. Oh, 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 oh! Oh, he's in! Oh, really? Grab the camera, missus. It's not big, so it might be. Oh no.
Oh,
Small
paduk.
catfish.
Paduk. Oh dear, you got no dinner today.
Oh dear. It's your lucky day, fish.
Not you. I'm not share my dinner. Did it.
Ow.
You're not hit yourself, are you?
No, he bit me when I threw him. Small fish, but eat the giant bait.
Bomb down there.
Oh yeah. Robbed me. Missed it. Unfortunately, we didn't have the camera ready. Toon just pulled that one in, and then while she was unhooking it, with her other hand, she pulled up this rod. I pulled this in. I couldn't help because I didn't have the camera, and I was just about to throw my other rod in. So I think we might get rid of the fishing rods and just fish the poles. Do you want me to know it's got the worm on it? Or you use a stick? If you're fishing without a disgorger or forceps, just a sturdy little stick can do the job just as well. Well, the fish are coming thick and fast now. The problem is, I can't really stick the camera on my head because it's got quite hot here and I need my Texican hat on. So I'll try and do this one-handed, which, even for a man of my ability, isn't that straightforward. But the fish are there in numbers. Well, that's gone again. A small one. So that's another mixer. I suppose we're keeping one every 3 fish at the moment. We'll only keep the smaller ones if they're hooked a bit deeper. Otherwise, they go back. Ah, that one. Oh, just hooked my wife. Thank you, my dear.
How's that you?
That's big enough.
Get by before you.
Not sure of the menu today. Oi.
Kin pa!
Oh, You got one as well?
Oh, look.
Get it, get it, get it.
Lift
Get it.
it up. Yeah.
Oh dear. Not counting that one.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that's a boy. We call these Barbie tilapia. They're the boy ones with the pink tails.
Oh.
Oh, catfish. You doing there, fella? Oh. Foul looked it. That don't count. Oh no, it is hooked in the mouth. It's an upside down. It's an Australian fish, look. Look at that. The contempt she throws my fish away with. Getting through a lot of ground bait, but there's a lot of fish there. Oh! Oh, tangled you. Oh nice, come on. That's it. Oh, that's super tangled. That's a shame because it's a nice one. Lovely hybrid.
Don't let down. Don't let down. Up.
Thank you, dear. Nice one. The 2 poles in the middle, one each, and then we put a little swim feeder rod just down the edge on both sides, so we can get some more tilapia because it's getting so hot. We want to just catch enough fish and get back to the house. The mistake that we see a lot of people making when they're fishing in Thailand, they don't ground bait enough. They certainly don't loose feed like you do in a lot of Europe. So yeah, the famous phrase, if you're a fisherman, little and often, you keep on trickling the bait in. Generally speaking, the fish turn up eventually. So it's how we've had some of our best catches using ground bait swim feeders. If we fish a local old quarry that's got these tilapia in, which is where we got our initial stock from, Toon and I would always fish very, very close to each other. So as you're missing bites, we use fresh shrimp there. The fish tend to congregate in the same place. As you miss bites, your shrimp break up. That's how we used to fish there. Sometimes a little bit of ground bait, but because if you just sit there with one worm on your hook all day and don't throw anything in, you might catch a few, but not many. Our ground bait isn't really ground bait. It's bird food, so it's like a complete mix, and we just mix that with water, salt, dry chilli, and a little bit of vegetable oil. Oi, oi, oi! Jesus! Whoa! Hello!
Wow.
Can you grab the...
Oh, don't lose that.
That Moby Dick, that.
Oh. Wow. Ooh.
He's heavy.
More up, not in the camera. Yay. Wow.
Oh. That's about the same size as yesterday, isn't it?
Mm.
So,
If you want.
no. We'll put him back. He's hooked alright.
Bye.
Huh?
Both bye.
It's alright, put the camera down, I'm going to put him back. Not a bad size. Again, that's all wild food that they've had. We'll let him go back in on his own accord. Right out. We had one probably just a little bit bigger than that yesterday. I had that fried up. Toon did a marvellous job cooking that. Just fancy tilapia today. Probably never be able to catch it again, will I? Toon just lost a nice sized tilapia. Never mind. Still a lot of fish in the swim here. There's quite a lot of small ones, like that one. Keep putting the ground bait in. Sometimes you can outfeed the small stuff and let the big ones muscle them out. Once the lake and the island's been created proper, we're going to stock this place with just about every fish possible in Thailand. So it doesn't matter what style you're fishing. Whenever your float goes under or your rod tip gets bent round, you're never going to know 100% what you're going to have on the end of your hook. Proper fishing. Something small messing about on my bait again. It's getting extra hot now. Rains are coming. Just have a look to the right there. That's what the rain looks like from a distance. It's coming this way. Always gets red hot before it rains normally. Too many small ones misses, isn't it? Oh, I felt that. I think the more ground bait we're putting in, the more it's calling the small ones. Put a bit more in.
School trip.
School trip. School's out. School's here. Get it. Yeah. Quite often what happens when we're fishing in the wild for tilapia, well, we don't do it very often now. When you start catching lots and lots of small ones, all of a sudden it'll go quiet. Just for a minute or two. And most of the time it's because there's a big one in your swim. So what we normally do, try and deter the small ones, we fish over depth with a really big shrimp and a big hook. And then when it goes quiet, you're just waiting for that one big fish to come along, and quite often it does. Oh, it's just started raining. That'll cool us down a bit. Just gone a little bit slow, isn't it? Must be that big one there. Probably that big one you lost. We're going to call it quits in a minute. Oh, you just had a pull on your swim feeder rod, Mrs. So many little fish in the swim now. Just you can't keep your bait in there long enough. It's getting stripped. So we've got enough food today. Lovely stuff. Lovely plump fish. And no hint of pellet or poo. Even better. So no catfish on the menu today. Just tilapia. Each time you strike, there's like a cloud of fish that jump out of a shoal of fish that jump out of the water when you pull your float out. Just too many. Moody May. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on another fishing video very soon. Ta-ra for now.
Yeah. Whoa.